Okay, so I'm in the kitchen at 4:52 a.m. making a food request of mushrooms and eggs. Very simple thing. Get these crimini mushrooms. They're pre-washed. So you can actually just take them out of the package and put them on the pan. Without oil or anything, because mushrooms and things like mushrooms and onions, for example, they drop a lot of water themselves, so they don't actually need the oil that we often add to the foods we make, because when they drop the oil, they cook in their own. When they drop the water, they cook in their own water, and so they don't actually stick to the pan, or basically they take care of the reason you would add oil in the first place. Now that I'm cooking it and I'm seeing it here, I think smaller bits would be better. You know, 10-second rule. Some of them smaller, some of them bigger, for a variety in the size amounts. So some of them are easier to bite, while some of them provide the actual visual, the visual shape of, hey, this is a mushroom I'm eating. You could say I like working with mushrooms. Get some eggs. I'm gonna do 4 eggs. So, bam. Now, normally I eat fairly vegan myself, most of the times. Not all the time, but most of the times. But the purpose of this channel isn't to be a vegan kitchen, it's the kitchen game. There's way more than just what you eat, like the contents, the physical contents of what you eat that really matters in a kitchen. You know, it's the attitude you have, the way you run the kitchen, and the quality and care you put in into actually making whatever it is you're making. For these mushrooms, I'm going to add some black pepper. Transfer these well-cooked mushrooms from over here to over here and keep them warm while I use this pan to make the actual eggs. Although, you know what, I'm gonna cook them a little bit more so that they see that this water that they're dropping. It's like you can actually see it on the pan, and you can tell just by the amount of steam that there is. I want a bit more of that water too, for them to drop that water weight, and evaporate away before I transfer them and start making the eggs. Okay, so instead of actually transferring it, I just spoke with my client, and he said that he would like 2 of the eggs mixed in with the mushrooms. So I'm going to mix them in before transferring them over. Now, believe it or not, I actually have very little experience with cooking eggs. Like, I used to do it when I was younger, and eggs were the only thing I know how to cook. I'd make that and basically an omelet. I learned how to make an omelet, and then I just make omelets. But ever since I've become more adept and experienced in the culinary world, I actually never went back to using eggs, just because I've been much more involved with the vegan recipes and vegan, not really vegan, I'm more like plant-based cooking and plant-based diet. So, you know, for me, in my mind, all the cooking information I know in regards to cooking eggs is take eggs, break them open, apply heat until the liquidy stuff becomes solid stuff. Apply a bit of salt here. Okay, and while this cooks up, I'll tell you a little story. A story about... What do you want me to tell you a story about? I can tell you a story about... Tell you a story about a scar I've gotten. See this? This is the mark of a big grill. One of those grills that grills sandwiches or burritos at like an actual restaurant. I was working there, and essentially it was during the lunch rush, and I was preparing the burrito, and I was doing it really fast, and not necessarily really fast, but doing it really rushed, in a rushed way. And the reason for that is because my boss was right beside me, and it was him and I working the shift together. And he was stressed himself, and he was like projecting his stress my way of like, Sereno, go faster, you know, hurry it up. And I don't think he knew that the more he was like that with me, the more it would actually slow me down, because I would just be really focused on not doing things wrong, and that would really slow down my flow, because like I'm already doing things. It's not like I'm holding back, and then someone else being like, hey, go faster, that actually hurry it up, what's taking so long, and that actually encourages me of like, it's like, oh, thanks, I discovered potential I didn't know I had right there. You unlocked something within me, you inspired it out of me. And but I was doing my best to hurry it up while being like, hey, my ass is on the line and not make mistakes. So much so that when I was going for the grill to take it up, or bring it down, I don't remember what was happening. It was happening really fast. One of my hands was on top of the burrito I was putting to grill. The other one was lifting the top part that goes down. It slipped out of my hand, and for like a fraction of a second it hit the grill part, hit my hand, and it like melted the plastic glove I was wearing onto my hand and just burned on there. And I like that. it's like a reminder of I work for me. It's like a reminder of self-empowerment for myself, that, you know, like, other people can be barking at me, but I'm embarking on my own journey and I'm doing it for myself. So I'm gonna do it my way. And ironically, this attitude is actually what allows me to give the people whom I'm working with what they want as well. Now, back to the eggs and mushrooms. So these are looking pretty well cooked. I'm just gonna, since this is to be scrambled, hope I'm not burning it. I'm gonna go ahead, like, scrambled is supposed to get scrambled up, so let's go ahead and scramble it up. Awesome. Okay. This is super awesome. This is perfect. So that's gonna keep it hot for me there while I make the two other eggs that are gonna be sunny side up. Oh boy, that's not sunny side up. Okay, that's sunny side. So, just in case you're someone like me, and you're not familiar with what sunny side up is, as I wasn't for years and years and years, I didn't know it by its real name. I just knew it by what it looked like. This, when an egg is cooked like this, that's called sunny side up. It's sort of like the sun, the sunny side is facing upwards. Here's something totally relevant and very important when it comes to actually running a kitchen. That whenever there's times like this where, you know, something's cooking and there's basically nothing else that you can do in terms of the actual food to, you know, progress the food. It's basically just waiting for the time to pass as more and more heat is applied to the food. What you can do is look at the other aspects of the kitchen and make progress there. For example, there's the dishes that have already been washed that just need to be put away for more dishes to be washed, and so they can be dried. A very important task, and the perfect time to do it is while waiting for the food to cook up. And this is what it looks like at the very end, with tomatoes and lettuce on the side, with some ciabatta-like square buns. Bam. See how nice that looked? It looked very nice to me. I'm sure they're like, it can even look nicer, be even greater. But for what I have been, that was fantastic. That was to my own standards of like, what's the best eggs, mushroom and eggs that I can make. And that's what's really, really key, because it doesn't matter like what other people else think, you know, it's like, but if you think you can do it better and you're not, that means you're holding yourself back. And you can bet your ass that it's not the only place you're holding yourself back. That, like, if it's not the best mushroom and eggs that you can make, that you know you can make, you see the potential of you, that you can make, you're holding yourself back by the same amount that you're holding yourself back from the best mushroom and eggs that you can make in every other area of your life. If you take that, if you really take that in, that will actually eliminate all complaints that you may have about why your life is not a certain way, why your life is not quote unquote perfect. Because it's like, why would it be? Why would it be exactly how you want it to be if you're not being exactly how you see yourself have the potential to be? It's like, because it's like you see, like, it's like, my life has the potential to be like this, but if you're not matched, if you're not matching yourself, if you're not matching what you're putting out with what you see you have the potential to put out, then why would you even expect yourself to get the most back? It's like, it's like, that at least everything, and this is sort of a thought I had about, like, life is actually very, very fair. It's sort of creepy how fair life is. It's like, that's just some water. Water that's already filled, because my clients like to drink their water in 4-liter jugs. So I just fill it up for them and leave it, and they come and take it and drink it, because keeping hydrated, super important. So yeah, life is incredibly fair. What you put out is always 100%, no mistake ever, is always what you get back. Here's another cool thought, that I used to actually feel like when I have to do dishes, it slows me down, and that's why I don't like doing dishes, because I want to go elsewhere and do other things. And it's like the dishes are sort of like this place where I dip in energy, and then I have to go, it's like, I'll go through this swamp area. And that's why I would avoid doing them. The dishes would pile up over time, and then I would want to avoid them more, but eventually I'd have to do them. And it would literally be like that swamp-like experience, because I had created that for myself. Now, I've been trying things a little bit differently when it comes to the dishes, and that is that when I get them dirty, right then and there, no matter what's happening, no matter if I have like a hot plate, I'm hungry and I have a hot plate, a hot bowl of food ready to go for myself, I come and clean the pan, the pot, the dishes, the utensils, anything I used in the creating of that food. I come and clean it before I have my food. And I've noticed something incredible that I had never thought would happen actually happens. I actually end up having more energy after I do the dishes. And a phenomenon I've noticed that actually takes place, and used to take place, but I wouldn't notice it because it was always there. But now that it's not there, I can see like, that was happening. Is that whenever I would leave dishes and tell myself, I'm gonna do it later, it was like this little program was created in my operating system, and it was just running, like in the background, like as a background program, just running. Do dishes later. Do dishes later. Like I'm playing a video game, but there's in the back of my operating system in the background that's running, and do dishes later. I'm like, I'm gonna go do this, gonna have fun, but do dishes later. It's always there, using up some CPU, using up some memory, and just sapping on my energy. But when I actually go and do them right away, that's not there. It's like I walk with freedom. I walk as a man after I have these dishes done. I walk with confidence. I talk with confidence, because it's like I'm not avoiding things. I haven't created these things that sap my energy. So I highly recommend, if you're the person that's actually in charge of the kitchen, because everyone has a kitchen. Everyone has a kitchen. It's one of those things that everyone has. Toilets and kitchens. Input and output. Everyone has the necessary tools to make those things happen. So if you're the person that's in charge of the kitchen, and that's why I'm assuming you're watching this video, do your dishes right away. I highly, highly recommend it, because
you're gonna love the attitude that will actually develop for you. Done.